Alright, good morning class. Today we are going to be finishing up crossing the midline. And so to start class, we are going to be talking in our table partners about the importance of learning to cross the midline and practicing it. So we'll talk about it once I give you guys some time. Alright, so Sam, what did your table come up with?
We said that crossing the midline is important because it helps you focus like in class.
Yes, it does help you focus in class, and it also is used in your everyday life. And could you give me one or two examples of why it is used in your everyday life?
You have to cross the midline to do stuff like read a book.
Yes, and do you know what would happen if you couldn't cross the midline while you're reading a book?
I can't remember.
Alright, so what it is that say you're reading a book and you can only see one of the two pages that you see. You could only read the left side or the right side. So you'd be missing half of the story or half of the information. And so now that we've talked about that a little bit, we are going to be standing up and we are going to be practicing crossing the midline. And so here's the ball. Alright, so what we're going to do to warm up, we're just going to be simply doing crossovers. That way we're warming up the brain before we get into more complicated things. So I'm going to show you guys real quick. You're just going to be simply crossing over. Alright, once I start the music, you guys will start. You're doing a good job over there. Good job. Alright, so if I could have everybody stop and everybody get a partner, that way I can show you guys the sequence and then you'll be doing them as partners. So I'll give you guys a couple seconds to get a partner. Alright, does anybody not have a partner? Sam, I guess you'll be with me today. Sorry about that. So, our first sequence, what we will be doing, we will start with the ball in our right hand. We're going to bounce the ball to our partner with our right hand. And we want to make sure that we don't bounce it too high, because then we will be losing the ball and our partner will have to go chase the ball. So you will be bouncing it with your right hand to your partner, and your partner will also be bouncing it to you. You will catch it with your left hand because you just passed it with your right. And so once you catch it, you'll go around the back, and then you'll finish it back with your right hand, and then you'll just restart the sequence. And so once I start the music again, we are going to be starting the sequence. Alright, so now what we will be doing is flipping it to the other side. That way we are practicing using both sides of our brain. So what we'll be doing, we'll start with our left hand, bounce to the partner, catch with the right hand, go around the back, and then restart it. That way all we're doing is flipping it. We're not making a new sequence yet. now that we've practiced using both sides, Sam, what was the hardest side that you think to start on? The left or the right?
The second one we did was
The
hard
second
for
one,
me.
so when you bounced it with the left and received it with your right,
Yes.
why do you think so?
I don't know. It was just harder.
Alright. I would say it was harder because you're having to start with your non-dominant hand, and yeah. So what we will be doing, we will be starting the second sequence, everybody. So I will first explain it. So you'll be starting with the ball in your left hand. You're going to toss it up. You don't want to toss it too high, everybody, because then you'll be losing it. So you don't want to just chuck it up as high as you can, because then you're going to have to go and retrieve the ball. So you're going to toss it nice and gently to your opposite hand. You're going to be doing 2 crossovers, and then you'll just be tossing the ball to your partner and then catch it with your left hand, and then you'll just be repeating it. So we are going to be doing that once the music starts. Alright, since we did it on the last sequence, Sam, what do you think we will be doing now?
I think we're gonna flip it and do it the other way now.
Yes. And do you know why we would want to flip it? We want to flip it to make sure that we're working both sides of our body and that we are practicing crossing the midline, not just from our left to our right, but our right to our left. So we'll be starting with the ball in our right hand now, and then you're going to be doing the same sequence. So it's going to be over the top, crossover twice, toss to your partner, and start over again. So once the music starts, we're going to go. Alright, now that we have practiced crossing the midline, we are going to be finishing up class because the bell's about to ring, and so next time we will be starting baseball. And Sam, do you know a reason why we would want to practice crossing the midline before we started baseball?
I don't know.
You want to practice it because it is one of the most important factors in baseball, because when you're standing sideways and the ball is coming at you, you're having to look at it and cross the midline by using both your right eyes and your left eyes to track the ball, and then you're going to have to be swinging also. So next time we are going to be starting baseball, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time.